Shakespeare. Today we're talking about A Midsummer Night's Dream, which is a comedy, and lots of crazy stuff happens in it. So, to begin, we open up and we're in Athens, and it's Hippolyta and Theseus, and they're about to get married, and they're talking about their wedding, and they're all excited, and then boom, 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 Aegeus comes in with Lysander and Hermia and Demetrius. And he's saying, my daughter, Hermia, I want her to marry this Demetrius guy. He's dope. Dope as hell. And Hermia goes, no. I love Lysander. And Demetrius goes, but your father loves me, and I love you, so it doesn't really matter. Theseus says, girl, you gotta listen to your dad. She goes, well, what happens if I don't? He's like, gotta send you to some nuns, or I gotta kill you. So listen to your dad, get married to Demetrius, pretty okay guy, and then they all high-five each other as they leave. So Lysander and Hermia are left there, and Hermia's a bit sad. She's crying quite a bit because she doesn't want to go to the, nunnery or die or marry Demetrius. All pretty awful things in her mind. So Lysander goes, babe, you know what? I got an aunt. She's out, out in the forest, super rich. She loves me like a son. Let's just go there. Then we don't have to worry about Athenian laws, right? You're not going to get killed. You can marry me. She goes, oh man, that's a great idea. Why didn't you think of that earlier? He goes, nah, no worries. And just as they're about ready to head out and come up with this plan together, boom, 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 Helena comes in, and she's all crying because, she loves Demetrius. It's a whole complicated love square, all sorts of mismatch, whatnot. Welcome to Shakespeare. So, she is all crying because, I love Demetrius, but Demetrius loves you, and you're so much more pretty and beautiful, Hermia, and oh my god, all the boys love you, even though they all say, I'm as pretty as you, but they still love you more. Life's so hard for me. And Hermia goes, bitch, I'm leaving, so you don't need to worry about that. You got this, girl. Demetrius not even think about me because I'm gone. And again, lots of high fives, and they leave. And then Helena goes, you know what? I know what'll make Demetrius like me. I'll tell him about this plan. Yeah. Then she runs off and she goes and tells him. So we cut to the mechanicals. These kind of tradesperson type people, and they're getting ready because they want to do a play for Theseus' wedding. It's got a contest thing, and we'll win awards and accolades and all this nice stuff. But they're not very good. So Peter Quince, who's the director, decides to kind of put this all together, and he gets Nick Bottom to play the main part, and then he starts giving out the other parts. But Nick Bottom, he wants more. He wants more parts. He's like, just give them to me. Give them all to me. I can play this super well. I can speak so nice and loud and strong. Quince goes, yeah, man, don't just chill. It's all right. And Bottom goes, fine. All right, everyone, let's go meet in the woods and let's rehearse there because they're gonna go practice in the forest. And again, they all high-five each other and they head out to the forest. Now we're going to the forest, not to see the young lovers or the mechanicals. Now we're checking out some fairies. So Puck's all running around being mischievous, and there's this other fairy there who's like, oh, you must be Puck. And he's like, yep, I play jokes on people, that's who I am. Be careful, fairy, Oberon's coming, and he's pissed at your boss, Titania. And she goes, no, Titania's coming, and she's pissed at your boss, Oberon, so he better be careful. And then, sure enough, Titania and Oberon meet. And he's all like, oh, give me this small boy that I want. And she's like, no, I'm not going to. And he's like, whoa, I'm angry with you. And she goes, I'm angry with you. And that's about it. And they go ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk. And now we're off to the lovers. And Lysander and Hermia are wandering through, and it's getting late. And they're about to go to bed. And Lysander's like, hey, come a while closer to me. Let's, we could. And she's like, no, man, wait till we're married. We're not doing that now. He's like, no, come on. It's cool. We're not even in the city anymore. Let's get down in Forest Town. And she goes, no, you sleep far away. He goes, fine, okay. Tomorrow we're going to be married. Then we'll do the nasty. And she's like, yes, exactly. So he falls asleep, and then shaboom, boom, 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 enter Helena and Demetrius, and Demetrius is like, go away. Thank you for telling me, but get out of here. I don't want you here. And she's like, no, but you do want me here because I love you. And he's like, I don't. And he's like super mean to her, and he runs off. And Oberon sees this, and he's like, oh man, that Demetrius guy, he's not cool. Hey, Puck. Yes? Find this flower. It's got like this magical love juice stuff in it. Put it in the guy's eyes, so when he wakes up, he'll see this girl and be like, yeah, man, I want to be with her. Also, do it to my wife and make her fall in love with some sort of monster. Puck's like, this is amazing. Again, a lot of high fives. They go off. Puck gets the flower, and while he gets the flower, he sees, the actors performing, and he's like, they're real bad. And that guy, Bottom, he's an ass. Light bulb moment. I'm going to make his head into a donkey. So he does that. Scares off everyone else. And then he puts the juice into Tanya's eyes. And bam, she falls in love with this donkey man. Who gets treated super nice by all the fairies. Because now the queen of the fairies is in love with her. And, Puck's like, and he runs off. And he goes and he puts the juice into Lysander's eyes, because he's a little confused. He's not quite sure. So, and then he runs off like, I did a good job. And Helena sees Lysander lying there and goes, oh no, is he dead? And she shakes him awake, and Lysander wakes up and looks at her and falls in love with her. So, now we've got Helena, who loves Demetrius, and Lysander, who's supposed to love Hermia, but now loves Helena, and she's all, like, pissed because she thinks he's pretending to love her. He thinks he's saying all these nice things to her to, like, hurt her feelings, so she storms off. And then Hermia wakes up because she has a dream about a snake, and she's like, protect me, Lysander! Lysander? Lysander? He's not there. So, it's getting all sorts of messy. Now we go, next one, and Demetrius has found Hermia, and she's all like, get away from me! And he's like, I love you. It's basically the opposite of what we saw with Helena and Demetrius. Now Hermia and Demetrius. Anyway, they go and they fall asleep, and Oberon's like, Puck, you messed up. This is the guy I wanted. He goes, oh, I get it now. I'll fix it, no worries. Oberon goes, no, I'm gonna do it. He takes the flower, he puts it in Demetrius' eyes and goes, all right, sorted. Helena comes in, followed by Lysander. Demetrius wakes up, sees Helena. So now both boys, boom, love with Helena. No one loves Hermia. Hermia, very upset by this. She is not happy with this. The two girls, they fight. Hermia, because now the boys love Helena, and Helena because she thinks Hermia, who was her friend, has made these guys who love her super mean to her by pretending to love her. It's a weird kind of thing. Anyway, they fight and they run around the woods until eventually they all get exhausted and fall asleep. At this point, Oberon goes over to Titania and goes, oh hey, I'm gonna remove the spell from you, and you're gonna give me that child. And she wakes up and she goes, I had a dream that I was in love with this weird monster guy. And he's like, that happened. And she's like, that's okay, I guess. I guess we're happy together again. It probably needs to be a bit more developed, that a little bit, Shakespeare. Anyway, then Puck goes around and he fixes all the lovers and stuff so that they all love the right people. Demetrius loves Helena, Helena's Demetrius, Lysander and Hermia, blah, 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 blah. Everything kind of gets sorted. Bottom wakes up and he goes, whoa, he's transformed back to, he's like, this is a crazy thing that's happened. I'll call this Bottom's dream. I had a crazy dream. It's my dream. We need to write a story about this. And then he runs back off, meets up with his friends, and they get ready to do the show. Theseus, the morning of his wedding, is walking around and he sees these 4 kids just lying out in the grass after all their night. He's like, whoa, I bet something crazy happened here. You know what? Instead of like just nicely rousing them awake, let's have all these hunters blow their horns like super effing loud. And they do, and everyone's like, ah! And then they tell him what happened, and he's like, well, good, everything seems solved. Let's have 3 weddings today. Let's do it. Just everyone has a wedding today? Okay, cool. So they all have a wedding. They all get married that day. And at the reception, they sit down and they watch this play put on by Quince and Bottom and the other mechanicals, tradespeople. And it goes pretty bad. It's not a good show. Not a good play. But they have a lot of fun, you know, being like Sattler and Waldorf. All the lovers and stuff are like making comments like, that, yeah, sure, that's a lion. And oh yeah, well done, Moon, way to shine. Things like that. And then everyone goes to sleep. And Puck comes out and goes, hey, famous last kind of Shakespeare thing, if we shadows have offended, think but this is all, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear. And in this weak and idle thing, no more but a dream. Something, 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 something. Anyway, just clap now. And the whole audience claps. And that's how Shakespeare conned everyone into enjoying his show.